it's the Hunter Hoffman back with insane content! In this video, we're discussing the running costs of an M3. So if you own or want to own an M3 because you can't afford a Porsche GT3, this video is for you. So let's start out with insurance. Obviously it depends on where you live, but I, a handsome man in his late 20s, mid-30s, living in the center of Amsterdam, pay 180 euros a month for full coverage of the M3, which is not bad. So what about fuel consumption? Fuel these days is super expensive because of the whole situation in Iran. I ran this, I ran that, I ran out of fuel. See what I did there? In all seriousness, this baby likes to drink. It drinks like my uncle who used to take me out for camping when I was a kid. And the coyotes would always steal my clothes when I was asleep. Mom, why exactly is Uncle John and Jill? So with some spirited driving, you get around 6 kilometers per liter.
And apparently the average of my car is 7.
Or 14 miles per gallon if you're from the United States of America. A real-world average would be somewhere between 8 to 10 kilometers per liter or 19 to 24 miles per gallon. Looking at the listings of M3s online, an average M3 does about 10,000 kilometers a year, which with the current prices sets you back around 250 euros a month, assuming you fill it up with the best fuel available. So now for the big one, maintenance. Maintenance! Here's where things can really vary. As you know, I like to do things myself on the car and save a lot of money doing so. Check out this video if you want to learn more about that. And also maybe drop a like because the video is performing terrible. So these cars need to be well maintained. You can't be a cheapskate on maintenance owning one of these. What I've done to the car in my 2.5 years of ownership is oil changes, brake fluid, brake lines, rear ceramic discs, DCT fluid, diff oil, bushings and transmission mountings, wheel bearings front and rear, hood struts and the trunk strut, the valve cover and valve cover gasket, spark plugs. I cleaned up the injectors, I addressed the leather interior, I did the pulleys and serpentine belt, and I'm probably forgetting something. These are all things you'll come across in owning one of these. Oh yeah, and I also did an aircon recharge. Here, check this out. Ha! No, that's actually my Wolfbox air duster. This Wolfbox MF200 is a pretty nifty machine with some actual good power. It's very handy to clean out your keyboard, your PC case, and your laptop. It's also useful to clean out stuff in and outside the house. Or just dusting stuff of anything, basically. It's really multi-purpose. So the MF200 comes packed with handy accessories and it's just a very nice piece of kit. It also did super well on Project Farm's YouTube channel, so definitely go check this bad boy out. I'll put all their information in the description below, as well as links to get one yourself. So thank you Wolfbox for sponsoring the video and hooking me up. Now, back to maintenance. Another important part of maintenance are tires. Depending on your driving style, they can wear out pretty quickly, especially the rears, and they are a costly piece of maintenance. You're obviously not gonna install ling-longs on a car like this, right? So if you do everything yourself like I did, it will average out to around 1,000 euros a year. If you let dealerships or specialists do the work for you, you can probably triple that. You put the money in and it'll treat you right. But if you don't...
Where's my money? You gonna give me my money? Where's my money, man?
So then there are also road taxes. Also, this of course depends on where you live. I pay around 90 euros a month for road taxes, and around 80 euros a year for the periodic inspection, totaling up to around 1100 euros a year.
2 + 2 is 4, -1, that's 3, quick maths.
Nice. Damn, what a beauty. Yeah, this is still a good car, man. This is such a good car. Yeah, but what about the GT3? I know. First world problems. Oh yeah, and the winner of the PowerFlex giveaway video was you. So as you can see, the car has 524 horsepower and 676 Newton meters of torque. So congrats! So what does it all come down to? Considering all these things, we're totaling up to about this much. This is of course not with damages and modifications taken into account. And I did have some damages. Parking and storage costs are also not taken into account. If you're in the market for an M3, you probably own space to park or store it. Also, these cars are pretty much done depreciating, I would say. So what do we think of this? Is it all worth it? Let me know in the comments down below. What I do know is that you get such an amazing machine in return. I personally still very much enjoy driving it and looking at it. Yeah, a future classic right here. If you like this video, please consider leaving a like or maybe subscribe. I want to thank you for watching and see you next time. This video is for you. No, here. Not sure if you can see this, but this is the place where they're working on the turbos of Tavares's P1. Fun fact. Finish the P1, Tavares, you can do it! Zo, lekker.